Alright, y'all. I'm back. Part two to this Killer Chronicles, Taliban Takeover, North Bloodbath. That's a mouthful. But yeah, man, like I said, man, my name's Doody. If y'all ain't seen part one, go back, watch part one. You know, get tuned in. It's my backyard, man. I'm from the north side, man. I'm really from Chicago, but I jumped off the porch over north. So all this is like secondhand to me. I know a lot of these people, and I'm just giving my personal opinion, reaction from what I know, shit I seen, and my experience. So let's get back into this.
In recent years, we've seen prescription painkillers and anti-anxiety medication that have fully taken over as the drugs of choice across America, from codeine cough syrup to opiate pills to Xanax. But the most infamous among them is the synthetic drug fentanyl, which is responsible for countless overdoses among not just those who intentionally use it, but also others who believed they were ingesting something else. Counterfeit oxycodone and Xanax are more common in some drug circles than the real thing, and the results speak for themselves. In major metropolitan areas, coast to coast, it is common for the fatal overdose rate to not just exceed, but completely dwarf the rate of homicides. Minnesota has been no exception. The state saw a whopping 1,356 fatal drug overdoses in 2021, most of which occurred in the Minneapolis area. For context,
that's a
the
lot
homicide rate in Minnesota was 182 in 2022.
I apologize. I want to talk about this. Boy, that Fetty shit hit like crack in the 80s, bro. That shit hit like crack in the 80s. To the point where you can't even find a crackhead no more. There's all Fetty heads. And they young, too. They fresh out of high school, 23, 24. And it's a lot of old ones, too. Like people that used to be crackheads that converted. And they killed a lot of people. A lot of people. In just like 5-6 years, how it spiked. Bro. That shit changed the whole hood from north side, south side, St. Paul, the whole shit everywhere. That shit destroyed us. So I think like the Somalians were the first ones I seen serving them pills, and back then, like in 2018, 17, they were selling them like 30, 40 a pill. And back then it was kind of worth it then, because now there's so many people doing it. You lucky you get a pill off for $7, and that's just for like a fiend. You know what I'm saying? So they paying like 50 cents a pill. If you can get 50 cents a pill and make $30, $40, that's like 400 times your money, 300 times your money. And shit, now everybody doing it, $7, it ain't even worth it no more. And you killing people. People dying off this shit. You don't know if you got that pill with that Russian roulette in it that, people crazy, man. They just, hey, it ain't worth it.
Once again, a majority of these deaths occurred in the city that was once known as Murderapolis. It should come as no surprise, then, to learn that gangs have adapted to meet the demand of this fentanyl phenomenon. A review of arrest reports from along the West Broadway corridor showed that the drug dealers typically only carried two things during the relevant time period in our story: fentanyl, and ironically, cannabis, which is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum in terms of danger. While marijuana flowers literally grow on trees and are easy to produce, the highs had to tap into a national drug ring to keep the fentanyl coming in. Unaware the drug agents were monitoring them, several highs members were making regular round trips from Minnesota to Phoenix, Arizona, to meet with a supplier, who would in turn mail packages of counterfeit blue M30 pills containing fentanyl to a business in Minneapolis, where a highs member.
I don't know why, but for some reason, Arizona is like the hub of that shit. Everybody got to go to Arizona.
Could access them. Typically, these packages weighed more than 3 kilos and would get divided up among members who hung out at places like Winter's Gas, Merwin Liquors, and several other businesses along a 3-block stretch of West Broadway Avenue. For example,
I think Merwin was getting that money.
Bailey, aka Booney, was arrested with 257 pills and $3,600 in cash after he and 2 other gang members ran through a Boost Mobile at 523 West Broadway, locked the door behind them, and ran out of the back in a failed attempt to escape police capture. In another incident, Damone Rhodes of the Highs was arrested with $21,000 in cash and 1,000 fentanyl pills. The open nature of this fentanyl market was so severe that in 2022, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison publicly announced that he would investigate whether murder.
Oh yeah. So that dude they just showed, Damone Rhodes, he dead now. R.I.P. him. I don't know if they knew that at the time they made this documentary, but yeah, he's yeah. It looked like he was getting some money though. Little bro was eating. He probably had the better deal. You know, he kept getting caught with the motherfuckers though. Motherfuckers trying to say he was probably telling or something, his own homies, before he died and shit, but who knows? They never know, he gone. R.I.P. him.
Merwin Liquors and Winter Gas were, quote, maintaining or permitting an unlawful public nuisance on their properties. All of this contributed to what occurred on August 8th, 2021. On that evening, a group of mourners gathered outside Winter's gas station to pay tribute to Prince Martin's memory. Throughout the evening, a few members in the crowd would break away, go commit a shooting, then return, enjoying the gathering as if nothing had happened.
They was slick.
Finally, at around 7:30 p.m., two different cars of Highs members headed out. 33-year-old Lil Wilt Johnson, the man who'd been shot at the same location a year earlier, as well as 27-year-old Gregory Lil Lord Hamilton, and 30-year-old Dontrell Trelmo Johnson, allegedly loaded into a Dodge Charger and ended up at a store called the Skyline.
Fucked up part. Them two niggas, Lil Will and Trelmo, them niggas like family. I've been knowing them niggas since we was kids growing up in Chicago. Our parents was real close. Kind of grew up a little bit in the same neighborhood. It's crazy how shit turned out, you know. Them niggas got kids and everything. Got caught in this dumbass shit.
Market, where they clearly expected to bump into a Lowe's member. Instead, they spotted Daryl Ramon Wells Jr., a 25-year-old man who found himself at the shop for no other reason than he simply had a hankering for soda that night. He was not a gang member, but the group apparently thought he was. Lil Lord and Trelmo opened fire at Daryl, who was struck by gunfire, yet somehow found the ability to frantically sprint down the street towards an alleyway, where he collapsed. It was at this precise moment that Highs member Keon Ken Pruitt pulled up in a stolen Porsche, allegedly with Christopher Johnson, and Edward Lil Dre Washington, who got out of the vehicle and opened fire at Daryl, just to make sure he was dead.
Damn.
Years later, in a court of law, Daryl's mother, Christy Wells, would have this to say. DJ was killed for absolutely no reason. My child was taken away for nothing. He was everything to me and his dad. He was my pride and joy. After the shooting,
R.I.P. that innocent man. I ain't gonna lie. The way they did that was emotional as hell. Like, just they didn't think that out too good. They tried to. So, if they would have caught like a real member, somebody that they really like, that was like a real op for real, as slow as that shit was, that would have been some gangster shit. But since it was an innocent man, that shit is tragic. That shit is crazy. Them niggas went in the store, shot him in the store, and had niggas waiting outside. And if you from over north, you been in that store, you know it's really like one way in, one way out. So he had to run around these niggas to get out. He made it out. Could you imagine? Like, most street niggas who really in this shit for real, niggas who gangbang, in the back of your mind, you always know, like, I can leave the house, I get killed. Anything happen to me. A regular civilian like that, imagine the level of terror his last moments was. He in the store trying to get some snacks. A motherfucker, hey, you so-and-so, you Lowe's? And he probably like, what? Confused. They start shooting him. So he already in shock, like, what the fuck is going on? He runs. Get outside. Motherfucker hit him with the car. Hop out and start shooting some more. Imagine how scared he was Like, why are these niggas shooting me? Why are they doing this? Why? Like, just imagine that.
Two cars made their way back down to Winter's Gas to continue the impromptu funeral of their friend. But the surveillance cameras at the store would prove to be their undoing. Police compared Warner's clothing to those who had been present for the murder, starting with the identification of Christopher Johnson, who promptly confessed, but also named Ken and Lil Dre as his accomplices. Johnson ultimately signed a cooperation agreement to testify against the remaining suspects, who were all brought up on murder charges.
I know that little dude too, since he was a little younger than that, but never go on a hit with that many people. Because somebody gonna crack, bro. Especially that's a lot of loose ends. That was like 6, 7 people on one hit. That's kind of crazy. But like I said, it was emotional. Niggas ain't thinking it out. They just won't get back as fast as they can. They man just died, so yeah, they're gonna spank them though. They're gonna try to spank them for that. That's crazy. Innocent man. R.I.P.
The result was a series of indictments aimed not just at the Highs, but three main gangs thought to be responsible for a bulk of the gun violence in
What y'all trying to say?
Minneapolis. The U.S. Attorney's Office filed one case against a subset of the Bloods, another that charged Lowe's members with possessing guns, and a huge indictment that targeted Highs members for multiple murders, extended periods of fentanyl sales, and general involvement in criminal activity under the RICO statute. The indictments were bad news for some and worse news for others. And to the public, they contained a trove of information that hadn't before been made public. For instance, police revealed that 1 week before Prince Martin's death, they had broken up a memorial for a murdered Lowe's member and arrested alleged gang members there on suspicion of possessing guns. The Highs indictment also revealed the name of Tez Blood, the mysterious gangster that local newspapers had opted to keep anonymous years earlier.
Mysterious
Gregory
gangster.
Brown, the Highs rapper known as Lil G and Knowledge, was in the indictment too, though his charges were limited to alleged fentanyl sales. Others weren't so lucky. Highs member Christopher Finch, aka Twin, was charged with a June 7th, 2021 robbery attempt, where an accomplice named Samantha Javay Taylor was shot and killed by the robbery victim, Javon Jojo Knight.
That wasn't gang related either. I don't know why that's even in there.
Was charged with attempting to rob a group of teens on April 12th, 2021, resulting in a 15-year-old accomplice named Jaden Mitchell Blackman being fatally shot, and 35-year-old Ahmed Mohammed Badal being killed by Highs member Jalen Salter after they crashed their car into Badal's car during the getaway. 5 months later, on September 9th, 2021, Jalen Salter was shot and killed at a local barbershop. That same day, the indictment alleges that Highs member Tyrese Giles posted a memorial tribute to Salter on Facebook, then traveled to Penwood Market in Minneapolis and killed a Lowe's member, identified as Darian Berry. 5 days after that, Joker Knight, who proved his loyalty to the
Oh, let me see what they're about to say.
by shooting an eyewitness at just 17 years old, allegedly shot and killed a Lowe's member. Finally, on January 7th...
All right, let's unpack that. So first, let's go back to the little dude, the little JoJo Knight dude. I don't know why the Somalian man got killed. That's not gang related. I don't know why that's in there. They probably just showing the stupid shit these niggas doing, killing these innocent people. The other dude, I think his name was Darian or whatever. He was not a gang member. He was from the Lowe's, but he was just like get money nigga at the store. Like he wasn't involved with the street shit. Like none of that. Like I don't even know. Like these dudes, I don't know if they just, I don't know. Like they not checking their mans to see who was who. Like they just, you know what I'm saying. Then the other dude, they got killed in a barbershop. He was a suspect in the murder of the other, so he was gonna probably be in jail if he didn't get killed, which is crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that. Now I think about it. He probably avoided jail time by getting killed. But like, why? That's like 3 innocent people. Then they talk about the Joker dude. Person he killed supposedly was a teacher. Now, bro was he family with people. He was they're not gonna say that. They talk about Lowe's member. Bro, not really. He wasn't for real in it. Bro was bro, but he was really a school teacher. You know what I'm saying? Took care of his daughter. Just crazy, bro. you know. But hey, all this shit is casualty of war.
2022,
RIP
a group of
them
High's
people.
members committed the ultimate act of disrespect when they allegedly destroyed a memorial to Lowe's member Emmanuel Jones, then shot at a vehicle of passing Lowe's members. Darrell Wells Jr.'s alleged killers were included in the indictment as well, even though they were already charged with a murder in state court. But most of Darrell Wells' killers have already taken plea deals in state court, like Ken Pruitt did on February 16, 2023. On that day, he walked into the Hennepin County Courthouse with his family and Darrell's family watching from the audience. He admitted to driving the stolen Porsche up to give his two accomplices a clear shot at Darrell, then heard heartbreaking statements from Darrell's family. Finally, Ken rose to make his own statement, publicly speaking about the case for the first time. First, he apologized. Then he had this to say. I don't mean to cry, like throwing a pity party or something. That's just my mom because she's been trying to help me be a better person, and that's just my actions that got me into this. My mom always tried to keep me in the regular, and that's just me not listening. I never listened to her.
All right, that's it. So, RIP my nigga Harvey, man. That was a teacher that died. Bro did not deserve that. You know, all these innocent people that got killed did not deserve that. This is all just a 20-year-old beef that just won't stop, bro. It just won't stop. And it just, man, every year, bro, you just look up, somebody else gone. It's been way more murders than they even got on here. They probably don't even know how to weave it all together, but this shit is worse than what this documentary is. I mean, it was a cool documentary for some out of town people, you know, but they put a lot of sauce on stuff. They threw some cap in there, a little bit of real, a little bit of truth. You know, they probably got some shit off the news. The news don't always be right though, you know. So this is my firsthand, you know, from what I know. I'm just giving y'all a little more insight of like how fucked up this shit is, because I want the young people to probably see this or see what I'm saying and not even get involved. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit would be stuck with you. If you don't get out before it's too late, it will be stuck with you the rest of your life. You could be 30, 40, 50, you know, because some shit you did when you was 15, 16, 17, 25. Somebody will see you and do something to you. This shit don't stop, especially if you one of them. Like, you know, you out here killing people. You know, you gotta look over your shoulder. We can't save these grown people. These grown people is already it's a wrap for most of them. But it's easier to change the youth. So that's kind of the real basis of what my YouTube channel, man. I want to help these youngins out, man. You know, and shit. That's my reaction, man. Killer Chronicles, man. Next time, hit somebody up that's really from there, that really could get these stories out correctly to make it, you know, more 100. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my name Doody. Y'all subscribe to my channel, man. Like it, share this to somebody, man. I'm trying to pop out the city, you know, put Minneapolis a little bit on the map. You know what I'm saying? For other than 50 Tyson and Prince, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it's this shit the streets out here, just like everywhere else. Shit.